All right, welcome in. Rack 'em up, count 'em up. The Senate just failed for the 14th time to advance the House-passed funding bill to end the government shutdown. 14 times. Now, this latest vote comes on the heels of Senator Majority Leader John Thune saying he believes there is a chance a funding bill could pass by the end of the week. Need a little hope, right? CBS News congressional correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns is live on Capitol Hill. Okay, so if the Senate failed on the 14th try to pass this, what's the hope of Mr. Thune? What's the content of his hope today?
Yeah, Reed, usually I come on here sounding like a broken record and a bearer of bad news, but today does feel a little bit different because there are talks going on that seem to be leading somewhere. I know that's kind of bare bones here, but basically you have some rank and file members, Democrats and Republicans on the Senate side, looking for an off-ramp of sorts. And what they're talking about, at least at this point, is a vote to reopen the government in exchange for a vote at a later date to extend those Obamacare subsidies that have been at the heart of the Democrats' opposition to this funding measure. Now, we are still a long way to go before any of that becomes real at this point, but talking to lawmakers, there does seem to be at least some movement in those conversations. And Thune told us yesterday that he feels lawmakers are looking for some kind of off-ramp here. But Reed, I can tell you the positions remain the same. And I've talked to some other Democrats who say that they don't want any part of this, that they want a guarantee that these subsidies will be extended or else they're not voting to open the government. So the Democrats we're looking at are some of those more moderate Democrats from states either they're up for re-election or they're not running at all this time, next election cycle. There are some Democrats who say that they want the president to get involved. We haven't really seen that yet. Meanwhile, the president, for his part, is calling on Republicans to abolish the filibuster. I can also tell you that that is going nowhere up here on Capitol Hill, at least at this point. There's not an appetite among Republican leadership to do that. So basically where we are, we're headed to the longest shutdown in American history because everything I talked about is unlikely to be resolved by the end of the day today. So tomorrow will mark the longest in history. But the fact that these conversations seem to be going somewhere is a new development in this whole saga. And that's because look at what's happening outside this building. You've got air traffic controllers having to work second jobs to make ends meet. Delays, massive delays we've seen at airports already, expected to get worse. 40 million people are questioning whether their SNAP benefits are going to be there. And a host of other kind of pressure points hitting the American people are starting to hit here in Capitol Hill. So we'll see, but a different tune coming from lawmakers today than we've seen in days past.
Okay, 14 down in flames, maybe 15 will be the charm. Caitlin Huey-Burns, we know one thing's for sure. You'll be there when and if it happens. Thank you so much.